We all know that Newcastle have a lot of money in Football Manager and in real life, and generally, I feel like they turn into a powerhouse. In this save, though, they've finally finished second place, and I think it's time for us to find out if they are really the powerhouse that they should turn into with the money that they have as we verse them in the Community Shield final. And also, I've made some transfers, and also we're going to play the first game of the Premier League season. So, good episode coming up. Hey guys, and welcome back to the 32nd episode of the FM23 West Brom Save with me, Raxo FM, where today we are versing Newcastle in the Community Shield, and then we're versing Tottenham away from home in the first game of the Premier League season to try and get the three-peat back-to-back Premier League titles after, of course, winning it the last two seasons. We have made some transfers since last time we saw each other, as it is the transfer window, and we want to get the season off to a good start. Can we get the season off to a good start with you guys smashing the like button on today's video, as well as subscribing to the Rax of Home YouTube channel? Can we also please smash, let's go 8 likes on today's video. Slightly more than last time, but still, I'm being realistic here. This is episode number 32. If you guys are still sticking around, you're a legend. So let's go over the transfers that we've made since last time we saw each other. It's not been that insane. It did start last season where we sold Alex Grimaldo for 11 mil. Pretty happy with that after bringing him in on a free. It's just what we do around this football club. And the only signing that we made at the start... I made 2 signings actually. The first one being this right back, who I definitely want to retrain as a centre back. Because he's 6'6", and he's got 9 pace. Yeah, no, he's a centre back, but a lot of potential. And in fact, the reason why I know who he is because he's the next gen. So I thought he was a pretty safe bet. But the big signing that we made was, I think it's pronounced Udogi or Udogi, but I'm just gonna call him Destiny because I don't feel like I can mess that up. And Destiny is just a cool name to say, isn't it? But he is, of course, a world-class left back. I feel like all of you know who he is. You sign him for pretty cheap, turned into a great player. We've brought him in for £55 million from the Tottenham side that we are going to be versing in today's video. But I feel pretty confident that that was an absolute steal, considering Tottenham have not done well recently at all. And this man is going to lock down that left back position for years and years to come. He is a leading Premier League player, and he's still got potential. I think he's an absolute steal. The next player that we signed, the only other player that we signed, was Kingsley Coman on a free. And this one is another one of those ones that I kind of have a profitability in the back of my head for it. But I do know that he is a decent player, able to rotate pretty easily for us. So, yeah, no, welcome to the team, Kingsley. But the sales is where I seem to do all my business currently. A couple of youngsters going out, a couple more players going out on loan. Simone, if you remember me signing him a while ago, not quite turned into the player I thought, but not bad at all. Got Perich out on loan, out on loan, playing for Brighton. Then we got Tarrega going out on loan, another youngster that I feel like could have turned into something decent. Ongwe, I don't know how to say this guy's name, but we brought him in for 10 mil, told him for 20. Did play some games for us, had a high potential, but ended up not being quite that good. So very happy to get £20 million from him. Gilla has gone out on loan as a starting player. I will believe it when I see it, for PSG. And I've done that because we could have sold him, but the offers we were getting were his value of about 10 mil. I didn't want to stoop that low, so I'm hoping loaning him out for a season will increase his value, and then we can get some more money. Another player we brought in on a free and have sold, £25 million for Ryan Gravenberch. So I love that one for us. I did have some other options of players to sell, as I'll show you in a minute, but I ended up going with him. Corti has left the club for £14 million, £1 million profit there. Not the best, but I wanted to get him off the books. And lastly, another player that we brought in on a free, sold for a huge profit of £25 million. It's just what we do around here. It's a good philosophy. But the reason why I got rid of Gravenberch is because Mariba's come back from loan, and I think I'm really undervaluing him. If he wants to be sold for £70 million, I will take it. But I just think he's maybe better than I have really anticipated. Still got potential, still considered a good Premier League player, really good stats. I think he's got a shout for pushing for those reserve spots. But we've got this man who I really want to get into the team. His name is Oscar Sorb, I'm just going to call him Oscar, aren't I? And it's a great name, great name. If you can work out why I think it's a great name, I have massive respect for you. But anyway, so came in to us for 7.25 a couple seasons ago, gone out on loan, but now is finally looking like a really good player. And I think he's going to play a lot of games for us this year. Currently, this is what my team's looking like. But I want to get rid of Armlay because £40 million is the fee we could get for him. We brought him in for 12.75. His stats just are not good. They just aren't good. He's got a little bit of potential. I don't think he's ever going to turn into something special. So £40 million for him right now is a fee I will happily take. So he might be leaving the club, and in that case, we'll need another centre-back option, I would say. But I don't think we'll struggle to find one as good as him for £40 million. And now we've got a stacked bench. Mudryk might be leaving as well, because we don't really have a place for him with all of the players that we have in the reserves. Stevenson was unhappy, wanted to leave the club, convinced him to stay by giving a massive pay rise at the end of the season. And I think he's going to be our nailed-on starting striker for the season after winning he won the young player of the season in the Champions League. So yeah, I think he's going to be a decent player for us, and I kind of knew that when we signed him, but now he's really showing it. So this is the team that we're going with. I do think this will be our starting lineup for the season unless we have some special signings. I have a lot of players on my transfer list right now. On my short list right now. Click wrong button. As I have £58 million. I think I've made one offer for one player, and it's just a youngster. But I'm keeping tabs on everyone else and hoping that we get something across the line. But I've waffled for ages. We are ready to go for this Community Shield final. Of course, we lost it last year, if you remember. I think it was something like 4-0 or 5-0 against, I want to say, Liverpool. And now I really want to check. Yeah, Liverpool, yes. So we don't want to have a repeat of that. But I also don't think we will, because we have a really good team. I think we're versing an easier team as well. Stack bench all over the place. It looks good. So let's just jump into it and let's try and get all 3 points to get us the trophy, even though points is, I think, but the win to try and get us the trophy, I guess I should have said. But we're certainly going to look like the better of the two sides early doors, I'm going to say. Right, looking at our team compared to their team, I do back us. I really do. But they certainly have some players that can win a game. Isaac, Abraham, Vieira, Singo I know is quite good. They've still got Stones, who I know is still a decent player, having been in the England camp for quite some time. But I do just back us. I really do. So let's get a win out here and let's start very well. As Destiny is on the ball. Oh, it's just a beautiful name, isn't it? I'm probably just going to call him Udogie and Destiny. If you know exactly how to pronounce it, please let me know down in the comment section below. But I think it is pretty close to Udogie, so we'll go with that for now. Udogie's on it, and he's trying to find some space. This is the pace that we need to use with him, and he's used it well, and that's why Stevenson is going to be our starting striker this year. He just is in the right place at the right time, finishes his dinner, and Gakpo, of course, has been an incredible striker for us. But I think playing him out on the wing is getting the best of both worlds. He's got that attacking, finishing ability, but he's also got the passing and dribbling that he's just shown there. I don't think we have any players quite like him out on that left-hand side. I guess I could put Reina out there. I guess I could put, Almada out there. But I back him. And Stevenson clearly can finish his dinner. And you know what? We can switch it around. We can get Stevenson providing Gakpo straight after that first goal to make it 2-0. And I feel like that is going to be a connection and a half this year. Look at that. Luis, again, another player that's pushed into the first team, gets it. And then Stevenson threads it through. Gakpo passes it into the back of the net. And you have to say it looks like we are definitely going to be getting another trophy into our cabinet. First of all, the Championship, then the Premier League, then another Premier League, now the FA Cup. And to make it 5, the Community Shield. I would not complain at all. Gakpo's on it from corner, trying to find Guehi. Can't find him though, but we pick it up straight away. And it is into Ryder. Stevenson goes down in the mixer. Doesn't have any shouts for a penalty though, but at least we're still on the ball. Guehi trying to find some space, and he does play it all the way back to Lafont, who again has signed a new deal. But I have a bit of a plan with Lafont, because currently he's worth a lot of money, and actually I need to show you this really quick. He's worth a lot of money right now, and he's not going to be worth a lot of money for a lot longer at the age of 29. He's wanted by United, so I've signed him a new contract at the end of the season, but I think that still means I can sell him right now, and he will just, like, my contract with him will just stop, like, it will be cancelled, and he will just create a new one with United. So, like, if they come in with a bid for, like, 90 mil for him, he's going. He's definitely going. But also, we have him happy enough so that if he does stay, we won't have any issues. Just like we're not having any issues in this game. Madueke, again, showing that he deserves to be a starting player for us. I think I've undervalued him from time to time, because he pops up, scores those goals all the time. Not quite the most insane, amazing, consistent scorer like Gakpo, but he's definitely the best of our right-sided option. Baggies is a little bit more inconsistent. Rayner's not quite comfortable out there. Yeah, no, Madueke seems to be doing the job for us, and I don't have a problem with him starting this season, but I will say, if I'm changing up that trio, he's probably the first one that I'm going to go. You might have seen a couple of players on my shortlist that suggest that Madueke could be phasing out of the team, but I'm not trying to do it deliberately. You know, it's just, if we get a better player, we get a better player. And for now, the team's going pretty well. Gakpo to put a ball into the mix, like where he can't get onto the end of that. I imagine that's the end of the highlight. Almada, another man that is just continuing to lock down his spot with good performances left, right and centre. Only a 6.8 today. But of course, 10 minutes of football left in this first half. And then a whole nother half where he can show his ability. And him and Rayner, I think rotating between the two of them as that Mazzala role should be enough. Ooh, that was a very close opportunity. Should be enough to have a very solid midfield trio. Ryder, Luis, Gallagher. I think there's going to be a lot of rotation this year. A bit like a Manchester City. We have so much depth at the moment. I think I love it. I think it's going to prove to be a really good way to play for us this year. I think it's going to end up leading to some serious Champions League potential and some serious Premier League potential as well. And as we can see right now, it's working to a T. Hickey playing on the ball at that right back spot, new spot for him, but obviously does quite well there, knowing how to play in either spot with either footed very well. Only 6.6 though, but I still feel like he's doing a decent job. And of course, we have Williams on the bench who can come on whenever we need him. In fact, he is going to come on because I don't want to get Hickey a suspension for the first game of the season. So Williams is coming on. And we're also going to get our new man, Oscar, onto the CDM spot. That is where he's going to play the best. I guarantee it. I think he's going to be a really good player for the future for us. Once Ryder's getting older, I mean, I don't know if I'll do this save for that long, but, you know, once Ryder is getting older, that man is going to be absolutely world-class. Almada also not playing that well, so let's get Rayner in there, because he's got to be thinking, what do I have to do to get a spot in this first team? You know, Almada just keeps putting in performances left, right and centre. So, you know what, when he doesn't put in a performance, we've got to give that man a crack and see if he can do something off the bench. He is here on the ball. Been tackled, but, you know, we ignore that. It's okay. Abraham's racing forward, trying to find something. It's not a great shot by him, but of course, Lafont feeling very comfortable in between the sticks, keeping a clean sheet. Not had too many shots to worry about. In fact, only one on target. That woodwork hit the post that was hit from the header from Abraham. The only really worrying sign at all. But aside from that, we've just been insanely solid all around the pitch. And now I've got to make another substitution. It's going to be Madueke to come off. Let's get Bargy on. And I've got one more sub. I feel like it's rude not to get Gallagher on the pitch. Luis did a great move in that central midfield role. Great job, in that central midfield role. But Gallagher just won the European bench. Yeah, I know. I said in the last video, England were going to win it without me. They did win it without me, but to be honest, I'm quite happy I resigned. It would have been a lot of games to play off camera. I just don't care about international management anymore. I mean, sometimes I get a spark that I want to do it, but nah, not at the moment. Certainly not at the moment. And here we are on the ball once again. No goals in the second half, which is a little disappointing. You know, I feel like that happens quite often in Footy Manager, but if we can get one here, just like we have, I'll feel better. And it's Stevenson. It's mainly the goalkeeper's fault. It has to be said. Bargy has come on, put a great ball over the top, and the goalkeeper's completely misread it. And that's an easy one for Stevenson. Great touch around the goalkeeper though. Let's not take anything away from that. On the volley, puts it into the back of the net, and the win is secured now. Another trophy is being added to the cabinet. And I think we've done such a good job at this West Brom team. It is Anthony racing forward. Could get a fifth now. I don't think this Newcastle side have anything about them. Looking a bit fraudulent at the moment. Bargy puts a ball in, and Rayner does score to make it 5. And he, off the bench, is showing that, you know what, Rexo, I might have a shout at being our starting central midfielder. And you know what, I think he's got a fair point. He might even be, I'm pretty certain he's younger than Almada. So he could be the one for the future. I think he's only younger by like 2 years. But we have such similar players in that role. And yeah, I do like the fact that we'll be able to rotate them quite comfortably this year. It'll be interesting to see who's lining up for the first game of the season. But for now, we have won another trophy. Lafont is stepping up to the plate. I guess that's another thing we have to consider with Lafont. You know, I don't want to sell him too easily. He is our captain, and he is lifting the Community Shield now. 5th trophy of our entire career here. And it is confirmed as we lift it. Now, there we go. You really were holding it down there for a while. It looked like you were having a bit of a seizure for a second there, Lafont. So, you know, maybe just lift it quicker next time. But great performance. That is certainly going to give us some good momentum going into the first game of the season. Medal's been sorted out there. I mean, anyone on the bench, I assume, gets one too. How did Oscar do? 6.8? I mean, fine performance. But Stevenson, the man to talk about, 2 goals, 1 assist. He's still considered unhappy because we don't have better training facilities. But we've got him locked down until the end of next year because of the contract. And he is now considered to be a leading Premier League player and it's just considered a striker. By the end of the season, trust me, going to be an elite striker. Good team we got going on. Maybe some signings before the first game of the season, but hey, you have to wait and see. So let's jump forward. Well, it'll take like 2 seconds for you. Jump forward a week. Let's versus Tottenham. And a Tottenham side, by the way, that I think we beat 10-0 on aggregate last year. 2 clean sheets. Let's have a look. 6-0 win here and a 4-0 win there. So hopefully we can come away with another win. Well, 2 deals have happened. First of all, we've sold a player to the side that we're versing in the next game, obviously. Mariba's gone to Tottenham for £75 million. I am absolutely thrilled with that. And I'm not even going to do the pause tag like, you know, I'm questioning it. I'm thrilled. We bought him for 6 mil. We played him for 1 season. We loaned him out and we got £75 million. We could have sold him for £31 million at the start of the transfer window. I had a hunch and I rejected it. And now he's worth £163 million. I don't understand it. He's not even good enough to start for us. He wasn't even on the bench. He was in the reserves for us, in fact. If you compare him with Gallagher, who is not starting for us, they're similar kind of level. I don't understand it, but I will take it. Because I'm now looking to sign one of Tottenham's most important players, and that is Kulusevski. £59 million, 69 could be the eventual rising fee. I think he'd just be an elite right winger for the rest of the save. So that's what I'm looking at, and I think that I'd get the better end of the stick there. Average midfielder, world-class right winger. I think I know who I would take. So we're jumping into this game potentially versing a player that we just sold to them, as well as versing a player that could potentially be joining our club in like 3 days' time. Oh, and Amla rejected his offer. I was very upset about that, by the way. But this is the team that we're going with. Mudryk looks like he could be going out on loan to West Ham because with the signing of Kulusevski, can't see him getting a lot of game time. And I want his value to go up before I sell him. So that's the plan for now. But yeah, no, this is the team. It's looking good. It's the exact same team as before. And of course, they played well in the last game. So I don't feel like I need to change the lineup at all. So we're jumping into the Premier League season with that team. Balanced mentality, I think, is the way to go away from home against a side like Spurs. Let's take a look at the side that we're versing today. The first game of the season. And it does have Mariba and Kulusevski. Oh, wow. Okay, now this is interesting as... so we'll have to see how Kulusevski does against the team that he could potentially be joining in like literally 3 days, as I've said before. And how Mariba does against his former side, who... cannot believe they've got £75 million for him. I cannot believe it, honestly. I didn't even think he would be a starting player for a top club like that. But maybe our midfield is just absolutely mental. But I don't know. That seems like a mental amount of money to be spending on him. But anyway, the game's been going on for a while. And to be honest, it is certainly looking like it's going Tottenham's way with a shot there. going pretty close towards the goal. I'm going to move into a positive mentality, because what's happening right now is not what we want to be seeing early doors in this game. So switching it up, hoping it makes a change. The next highlight here, oh, it looks like it could have come our way, but of course we lose it straight away when I start saying that it might be our highlight. But they're on the ball. Hernandez over into Son. Son looking to find space down the wing, probably aging a wee bit, probably not quite as fast as he used to be, but still Kulusevski getting in for the header, not quite getting it on target. Shows things to come for us this season, I imagine, but not, hopefully, things to come for the Tottenham side for the next 90 minutes. But 20 minutes gone, looking like a more even affair, but Tottenham certainly have had the better of the two chances with a 0.8 XG. But we have an opportunity from a corner, gets headed out, but Ryder picks it straight back up. Luis, Gakpo, I thought we could have had like a bit of a kerfuffle around in the box, wee bit of a deflection, something happening, something going our way. Hasn't quite happened like that, but we're certainly back in the game now with 8 shots to their 7 after going into a positive mentality. So I think that was the correct decision to make. But at halftime, I would want to have seen us getting a little bit more dominance, but there is still one more highlight. Could go either team's way. Who's going to get it? There's Hernandez on the ball, playing it over. Palmer's in, and Palmer shoots just wide of the post, luckily for us, and it is halftime at 0-0. Hoping this is a seamless transition, because I just paused for a phone call, and then I've gotten off the phone and continued the recording, so that could have been seamless. I'm not happy with the performance so far. I'm going to tell them that, obviously, but I'm hoping for better things in the second half. I'm expecting better things in the second half. If we're going to concede, let it not be to Mariba, and let it be to Kulusevski. At least make my purchase in the future seem justifiable. Come on. Madueke, you're fighting for your spot right now. Put in a bit of heart. You're the one that's going to be dropped when Kulusevski gets here. But if you do decent, it'll give me something to think about. Don't actually concede to Kulusevski goal involvement, thank you. Like, let's ideally not concede at all, thank you. But if we're going to, we may as well make it a player that we're trying to sign. Reina is going to come on that left-hand side. Can do a job out there, pretty good job out there, in fact. Luis is playing pretty average, so we are going to get Conor Gallagher on. And Udogie isn't playing great, but I don't feel the need to bring him off just yet. Madueke might be making way as well for Bargy, who I believe also played for Tottenham at one point. But half an hour to go. Not as much going on in the second half for us, especially considering the fact that we've had 0 highlights coming our way. I feel like I would take a draw based off how the game is played out, but you do want to see a goal from your team in the first game of the season. You want to see a bit of heart, a bit of fight, and we're not really seeing a lot of that right now with us giving the ball away there in a very sloppy way. Kulusevski into Scarlett. I'm sure that's their striker now, but it has been tackled. Got it back. Yes, Almada into Gallagher. Stevenson doesn't quite have the pace to get onto that one, and they're back on the ball. Kulusevski plays it back, trying to find some space, and they're knocking it around with a bit of confidence now. You can tell that they've got a different manager, or something has happened since last season after smashing them. Oh, that's why you don't pay £75 million for Mariba. Stevenson is through. The goalkeeper's come massively out, and Reina has had an open goal to just pass it into after a defensive mistake and a poor goalkeeping coming out decision. It's what you love to see, and I can't complain about that at all. I think that Reina has given us a shout to start. You know, Almada playing average in this game, average in the last game, and Reina's got 2 and 2. He's definitely got to start the next game, I'd say. Let's get Madueke off now, and let's get Williams on for Udogie. Just because he's not playing that well and he's looking a bit tired. Switch Hickey out onto the left back role and get Williams into that right back role, and hope that we don't see anything else happen that is going to be frightening in the last couple of minutes of this game. Even though they're on the ball, shooting it way over the bar, let's go back onto balance, keep it calm, keep it collected, and just see out this game to get a 1-0 win away from home to start the season. That would be a beautiful way to start the year, not making any more subs, and we've done it. There we go. It's a 1-0 win. It's enough. It is enough. It wasn't the most beautiful goal either, but Reina will be chuffed with it. I am chuffed with it for Reina, because I think he's going to be starting the next game against Watford at home, and we could be making some serious signings off camera. And we have some offers for Amlay, but my feet. Oh yeah, I remember Finson. Where's he gone now? He's gone to the Serie B. Nice, good for him. Yeah, no, I'm not accepting anything less than 40 for him. I feel like 40 is a very fair fee for this player. Maybe I will accept less than 40. Give me 40. That's 10 less. That is so much less, man. 40. Give me 40. Give me 40. You know, they're not. There's no way they're giving me 40. No, they're definitely not. I'll try it again, but they're not giving me 40, are they? No, I didn't think they were giving me 40. So currently, that offer from Atletico Madrid was the most. 29. Go 40. Come on, you know, 31. I'll reject them all, and I'll offer them out. Maybe I will dip it down a bit. Let's go 38 and see if anyone bites. And you know, you're coming along with the right for me. Pretty okay with that performance. You know, it wasn't dominant, but it was enough to get us points. Have we gotten it? No, we have not. No serious bites there. In fact, I think the offers have lowered. I'll go 35 is the very lowest I will go. I feel like that's me being very nice to them. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fine. He'll go for 35. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't accept an offer from Atletico Madrid. Your preferred location, everyone's preferred location would be Real Madrid, mate. But just not going to come a knocking for you. I'm sorry to tell you, I don't think Wolfsburg have the money to get that. But I'll turn them onto unspecified so that we can get more offers for him. And maybe next time it'll be more than 35. Is it? It's probably not. Sometimes it works. Doesn't work very often. But we're giving it a crack. It's a long simulation process here. And actually, I really should be wrapping up the video because, you know, we've played the games that we need to and probably going towards the 20-minute mark. But if you're sticking around, legends. Come on. One transfer offer. Don't think it's going to be a good one. No, it wasn't a good one. No, definitely wasn't. Actually, if you seem like you actually have 35, let's go 35, mate. Your deal? Your game? No, okay. No, I can't even be bothered trying to negotiate that. Alright, well, Armley's probably going to leave. Kulusevski's probably going to join. Mudrik's probably going to go out on loan. You'll find out all of this stuff at the end of the transfer window, and we will come back sometime around Chelsea and Liverpool. Yep, no, those are the games we're coming back for without a doubt. If you guys have enjoyed this, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you all later.